guys, welcome to your platform today, the political platform today, and my people, in an effort to narrow down and bring to you the real leaders and financiers of the Genz demonstrations that have been going on for more than a month in the Republic of Kenya. Today we are basically going to crack it down, guys, into finer details actually, because so far finer details now are on the table, and we know where these things coming and going from. Up to this juncture, guys, there is no way you can claim that the Genz don't have a leader. It's now very crystal clear that the financiers now have been known, and the real leaders now are known. Actually, we know the force behind it. And actually, guys, in a previous video about the real leaders of Genz, I tried to tip you on how this force was. The force behind it was from Mount Kenya, and actually, guys, the way things are unfolding, this just coming out clearly on the same. Guys, on the Nanane demonstrations, actually, if I can take you back a bit, we remember Martha Karua had said that she'll come out to lead the demonstrations, of which she didn't do so. But now, after Jimmy Wanjigi had been trailed by the police up to his home in Mudaiga, we remember after the police had camped there for more than 24 hours, just yesterday that Martha Karua came out from her hiding to come and try to ask the police get out of the compound. So guys, if you have a third political eye, you can see how things are unfolding. Yeah, she came out not on the day of the Mandamano, but now to rescue Jimmy Wanjigi, who had previously on Mandamano Day shown himself in support on solidarity with the Genz demonstrations together with the daughter and the son. Guys, remember, if I can take you back a bit, during the burial of Jimmy Wanjigi's father, when Jimmy Wanjigi was introducing the family, and in his speech, he tipped the nation, of which you guys were not keen on it, about how he had sent two of the representatives from the large Wanjigi or Maina's family to go and represent them. So as the way things are unfolding, this billionaire man, Jimmy Wanjigi, I'm going to talk of a man, not just any other man, but it's a big man. This is a man who's aboard neighbors, he's aboard in Nairobi, neighbors the US Embassy. This is a man who the self-proclaimed presidential aspirant. This is a man, the leader of Safina Party. So he's both a businessman, a big business Mongol, and at the same time a political figure in Kenya. This is a man who has always, on several occasions, been at loggerhead with the government. Remember, during the Uhuru reigns, there's a time they had an issue with the government, and he was trailed, and several guns found in his possession at his home in Mudaiga, of which the police claimed that these guns they were not licensed guns. Those are reports according to the police. And recently, when the man came out, he was the first politician on Nanane to come out and take part in on the demonstrations. I mean, the Genz demonstration as a whole. No other politicians had done so. So he came out clearly to show solidarity, to prove to people that he is part of the plans, to prove the nation that he is one of the leaders of this, was the force behind that. So he came out clearly as a person. In the same, remember, the police had mounted roadblocks in all major outlets and inlets to the CBD or to Nairobi. That is it. But the man managed now to sneak his way into the CBD and show solidarity with the Genz who are in town demonstrating. So this guy came, and later on, after a chase and run with the youths and the police, there is a way he sneaked out, and he was headed to his home in Mudaiga, of which police were trailing him behind. So he had to jump out of his car and enter the house. We know his hiding place is normally his house, of which he knows where he hides. It's well built, and he has got hiding chambers in it. So the police reports, according to the police, there were hand grenades that were found in his car, the Toyota TX, the black one, the one he had left at the gate. there were hand grenades that were found there. So it's like the police are trying to tell us that this guy was planning an act of terrorism, or if not an act of coup d'etat, because the hand grenades, according to the police reports, the hand grenades that were found, several of them in his car, of which investigations are going on. And you remember the police have issued directions for the guy to surrender himself at the nearest police station to record a statement on the same, as the further investigations are still going on. The police were still trying to find him out from his hiding place in his house, except for the disruption that happened yesterday that saw them left. But guys, sources close to the family members, or to close on how his house has been built, it's like this house has got underground rooms, and also an underground tunnel whereby he can go and sneak out through the tunnels. Also, we are told that severally on the floor of the ground floor, those tiles are built in a way that there are several there are doors. Those are not just tiles, but several of them, depending on a pattern, are doors that leads to the underground hideouts that he has. And several the floor is not only bulletproof, but it's proved to these small explosives, like the small landmines and the grenades, so it cannot easily explode the floor of the same. So Jim Wanjigi still at large is hiding, but there's already a case building against him. He came out to show solidarity with the Genz to prove to the government that he's one of the leaders and financiers of the same. And unluckily, report says that the hand grenades that are found in his car, so he has to record the statement about the same to deny or accept, and also to aid in the investigation for his acquittal, or rather his arrest, according to the same. So far, according to how things are unveiling, it has narrowed down to Jim Wanjigi. So he has been identified as one of the spot leaders of the same. So and Martha Karua has also come into the picture about the same. So as things are going on, and as you saw in the demonstrations, the activities were not that too much. It's like the police have found new tactics to overpower the youths, and this didn't happen as it was been planned, because it had been said to be the mother of all demonstration, to be like the final. You remember the Genz in Kenya was saying that the Bangladesh college or university students just came out the other day before them, and they managed to oust their prime minister, who left to another country. Is it China or India? So that is it. And they were saying like, wow, how does it come that this one started the other day, and for us started too early, but we were not managed to do the same, because these guys are shouting that Ruto must go. And it's like on Nanenane, they were saying they were lucky because they had a game at hand. To them, Nanenane was a game at hand, but this game at hand was a flop. So it's like the police have managed or devised ways to deal with them. So to me, I can say that if things are the way they are, it's like these leaders have been narrowed down and their tactics have been known, and the police or the government is trying to single them out. So it's like a way of weakening them, and this is possible because now, if the opposition was in place and strong, it could always come to boost them. But now with an opposition that now is half in government, you realize that the activities cannot go on as planned, because they don't have that energy or people to re-energize them. So as we speak, sorry to say, Jimmy Wanjigi has been identified as one of the financiers of the GNC, and has been identified as one of the leaders of the GNC, and is still on the run. He's a fugitive as it stands, although he has been asked to come out and surrender himself to the authorities, of which he has not done up to now. We are at his home, and we were not allowed to record things, but there are several things that several information that we have, that we are going to do a whole video on the same, a 30 minutes video on the same, on how investigations went on, and several findings that were there. at his home place. So guys, several details are coming out, and we shall be updating you in due course as it's going on and as it's coming in, as it's dripping in. We also have some information with what the police have about bank statements of several people, and some money transfers from their mobile phones, from banks, their withdrawals, or whoever they are dealing with. Again, there's also an investigation and a follow-up on Samuel Makour, whom you saw the other time ran so fast to beat the police, who wanted to arrest him after a run and push with the police in the CBT, and he ran and went to hide in the Nation Media Center. So far, his whereabouts are unknown this moment, and he has not come out clearly to speak on what happened, and the police have not issued a statement on the same. So those are the two people who have been in the limelight so far, and whom the police are trailing to record statements and find some tangible information from them that can aid in their investigations, in their work to try and smoke out the leaders of the Genz and their financiers, and also to try and calm or pour cold water on the ongoing demonstrations in the country. Hopefully, the police will cool it, and we don't know if these guys will have a comeback, the Genz, but let's wait and see on what will come out clearly. But this is the political platform that will tell you truthfully on what is happening and the outcome of things and the investigations that are going on, because the main media house now cannot report on the same, as you can see, and they'll not tell you these things because they fear, or there's some fear that has been inflicted onto them. So guys, always come back here for another video, and always come back here to get informed on this fastest growing political forum. Thank you guys for coming, and come back once again. Bye bye.